preacher came to on the street, but the door was locked. So I went to the next one, I knocked on the door and nobody could hear me. Then I went to the third church on the block and I walked right in the front door. It was empty, except for me and Jesus. I felt the Holy Spirit coming over me and I burst into tears and I walked up to the balcony. No one could see me except Jesus. I had a feeling he was watching. I'm not sure if he saw me, but I felt his presence and I went back to the show we were playing up at the place where they used to sell PBRs. $1.75, I got one and I sat at the bar. I pulled my amp out of the back room, I put it on the stage and in a rage I got crazy. People were yelling and people were dancing and people were having a good time as usual. Afterwards I broke a string and I got off stage to change it. It was strange, it reminded me of when I was only 7 and I had to go to school. After the show I felt bad because I didn't get to go to all of the songs I wanted to play. I signed a mailing list for the club and I never got anything in the mail from them, but I played Atari at the window, drank a PBR, and contemplated my own death. When is it gonna be my last breath? I don't know. I gotta be careful, you never know what's going out there. I went back to the space, I had to put my stuff up in there, but I couldn't find my own place. I took my amp and I made a pile in the corner. I put my guitar on the back burner. There was wires and cables and all kinds of things in a pile, and I smiled at my friends and we went back down the stairs out through the parking lot when the cop pulled up. I said, I'm not driving, I've been drinking, I was just taking a walk so I could get some fresh air. The cop said, where is your room? You gotta take us up there. They walked up the stairs with me with their flashlights out. We got to the door and I walked in and Josh threw a bowl in the corner. The cop grabbed his side piece and he pointed it right at him. He said, don't move, what the fuck was that you just threw in the corner? And Fonz and Mike went for the window. They were about to step out on the roof when the cop said, relax. Who's making all the noise? We tried to get in, but the front door was locked. I said, we have a permit to play here, and we stay here. And we're friends and we like to make noise in the middle of the night. So if you got a complaint, deal with the landlord. Then I went back to my house and I played with my dog. He was fun, we had fun. We always have fun. And he sleeps in my bed. And he licks me in the morning when it's time to get up. And he's hungry. Then I feed him and I take him to the park and I make sure that he does his business. Then we go home for Christmas. My aunt was there and my big spread. I was on my head 'cause I drank too much wine. It was a time of my life, I feel good, and you know it always should be this way. You'll hear me play, and I'll say it again like I did in 1991. I got a gun, I'm not gonna show anyone. My trunk is filled with explosives, and I know it doesn't mean much to you. But if I walk out to the bank and I walk inside and I say hi, I'm the guy with the bomb in his pocket. I'm gonna rock it till Spark and all the other kids try to kill me. They try to put me in a cell and I have to eat a meatball sandwich. I put my hand behind my back and they'll ask me if I'm double jointed. I'll get disjointed and I say I want to talk to my lawyer again. If they have me sit inside, I know I'm gonna go for a ride. I gotta feel alright with my own mind.